Alright, you go to C column, you go to, in C column you go to Oracle, in Oracle you go to Aura 9.1, then you go to network, admin. So this is a full path, C, Oracle, Aura 9.1, network, admin. That's where you see this file tnsnames.aura. When you are connecting to Toad, you have this database, user ID and password. Somebody will give you all this. Somebody will give you user ID, password and the database name. The only thing you have to make sure is this database name is present in this Aura. What was the name? SVLDEV. It is this shows that it is commented, so that means this is not the entry that I'm looking for. So let's look for that entry. This is the entry. This has all the things that Toad needs to connect with Siebel Dev database. Right? These are all the things. This is something I don't know what it is. Okay. So you will get that, but you don't need to understand all that those entries. You need to just get the name of the TNS name. You need to get the actual TNS names of Aura and put it there, and then you have to make sure that database name is given in that TNS names of Aura. If the entries in that TNS names of Aura are not found, just contact your DBA, ask him to send you another one. It's his duty, not yours. Once you get it, you put the database name here, you put the user ID and password here, click connect. Just in passing, Toad can be used only with Oracle. I don't know, some people say it can be used with SQL Server also, but I have always used it only with Oracle. For SQL Server, I typically use Query Analyzer. That's not a very powerful tool. You can also use MS Access for SQL Server databases. You can use MS Access for Oracle databases also. The only thing is MS Access is not very powerful. It's very friendly and user friendly,
Toad has different,
but it is not very powerful. Toad does have a different version for SQL Server, but it's not a verified fact. You gotta find that out yourself. Go to Google and check it out. But Toad might be having some different version. Anyway, let's understand how to write a query. It's very simple actually. You need to know the table names. Yeah, in Siebel, all the table names have to start with Siebel dot s underscore org underscore ext. So this is the way you write the query. If you press Shift F9, this query will get executed. You don't have to highlight the query. Let's say I want to execute this query. Then I simply I put it anywhere in the cursor here. On this line I put anywhere the cursor anywhere on this line. Not here and not here. If I want to just highlight in this thing, press Shift F9. Toad will detect the preceding blank statement and the succeeding blank statement. It will execute the code between that, the SQL code between that. This Shift F9 is a very handy tool. You know, when you're working, it's very handy.
Shift F9.
Yeah. In Toad, when you want to make an outer join, do you know all this? Do you know how you can declare the tables? You know all this? Okay. Just a minute. Basically, now you know how to use Toad. Right? You can also execute by doing this. This is same as Shift F9. By the way, if you press F9 by mistake, then it will start from beginning. It will start executing from here till the end. And obviously there will be errors because this command doesn't make any sense. Sequence of two such commands. Anyway, Shift F9 is the most used thing. I just highlight the wherever you are, just put anywhere cursor, just put the cursor anywhere and press Shift F9. This will get executed. If you want to save these queries, just click save. You can save it wherever you want. Then you can open this file again. So that way, this is how I work on Toad. I save my queries and then I reload them. Like I can test, save. I've closed this. The query is closed, but my connection is still open. See, my connection is still open. I can reopen that file. Anyway, I don't know why the file is not opening. I don't know why the file is not, but it's supposed to open by just this thing. Okay, I can open some other file for you if you want. Toad is for querying Oracle databases or SQL Server databases, as you said. It's a querying tool.
Right.
So I can open that file now.
PM SQL को use करते हैं.
So this file is there. Had you written some complex query, it would have helped you to get this query back. Okay. The query. I just want to go over the format, not the logic. See, do you see this? This is the outer join sign. This is a declaration that in this query, this table will be further referred to as this one. That's a way to declare.
It's alias actually.
Alias, yes. So this PD here again used here again. This means this is this table. Okay. All this is starting with Cvel, as you can see. Other thing is, this is the name of the columns that I want to select, right? And these are the headings that I want this file to have. Okay. It is a select from where statement. There is a group by statement also. Okay. And I am making a I am making some filters also, right?
Anti-body query कभी लिखनी पड़ेगी वैसे.
छोटी सी query, it's not a big deal. It's not a big query. It's a very simple query actually.
So alias क्या है? What is alias?
Alias means you have to write the whole name again and again if you in the same query.
जिसमें किसी बंदे का बंदा ना होना तो अपन निकल.
So you give him a nickname and then you can call the same query. See here, if you see, I have to write the whole name. I'm supposed to write the whole name. So now I'm writing only the nickname. It's easy for me to write the query. You know?
So
This is the outer join. This means that all the rows from this will be selected and only the matching rows from this will be selected. Okay? This outer join means this. Wherever this outer join is, that means this is this side. From this side, not all the rows will be selected. Okay? From here, all the rows will be selected. You know what I mean, right? In outer join, there is one table which gets selected, right? Okay. Anyway, did a little bit about querying also, just a brush up. Query is not this thing, main thing here. We just want to make sure that you know Toad. There's really nothing that I do in Toad actually. I just do this much only. You're not supposed to do a whole lot.
Tester को भी ना चेक करना पड़ेगा.
Just this much. And once while exiting, just exit. Make sure you exit all the connections and don't do any commit. You are a tester. You are supposed to test, not save things. So just don't commit anything. That's it. Okay. So this is your. You just make us. This is your service request table. Okay. This is your contact table. This is your account table. Okay. This is your account table. Let's see what is our order table. This is your order table. Okay, boss. This is your code table. This is the name of the code table.
Code की मतलब मैं समझ नहीं. Username एक नहीं. ये दो.
This is like people call it, and this is the actual technical name inside the database. This is more popular. This is the one you are supposed to know. This is just your understanding of the things. Okay. This is your opportunity table. Let's see what is activity. This is your activity table.
मतलब टेबल का नाम है जरा पूरे हम.
हाँ ये है. So let's say you want to see. Okay, so you need to see the columns. You can see all the columns of the table. These are all the columns of that table. Okay, these are all the.
Receiver 2 बोले ना. ये 7 है 6 है.
6. Okay, this is the way to find the name of the table. You just put the thing here and you will get it.
बस just Cvel tool की window खोल लेनी है ऐसी. तो खोल के जगह मार.
But I think you should know. You need to go to this table. You come to this column. Then you need to make a query here. There are so many mistakes that people do when they are doing this thing. So just make sure you don't do all those mistakes. Don't click on these 3 buttons. Okay. These are for extending the table and all the developer's job. Why do you want to get into all that? Yeah. Okay. So this is your pretty much all the tables. You should know one very important concept in Cvel. That's what actually the thing is. So Cvel has these base tables which always start with S underscore. Then Cvel has EAM EAM tables which always start with EAM star. EAM tables means they are the staging tables.
Sorry?
Staging tables. If you want to have a, remember we discussed real-time integration today. If there is a batch integration, then EAM tables are used. The data gets from outside into EAM tables. I mean the loader loads it. Then from EAM tables into SQL, you run a job and SQL loads it into SQL base tables. You cannot load data into SQL base tables directly. Okay. Similarly, very important thing that I want to tell you is actually intersection tables. So this is an intersection table between opportunity and contact. Okay. See, if there is a many-to-many relationship between two entities, then an intersection table is required. It's not only in SQL. In any RDBMS, it is required. Sometimes they call it association table. Sometimes they call it M2M table. Sometimes they call it relationship table. In SQL, we call it intersection table. That's the only difference. Okay. In this intersection table, if you look at the columns, the main column is, this per ID, which is a join with contact table, and the optic ID, which is a join with optic table. Okay. So for every intersection table, you will see that it will be mainly joining the two tables. Okay. Whenever there is an M2M relationship, only then an intersection table will exist. If there is a 1-to-M relationship or an M2M relationship, or an M2-1 relationship or a 1-to-1 relationship, there will be no intersection table, right? There will be only those two tables. Conceptually, developer will understand. So as part of the data model, you should definitely know what are the tables, okay, and for main entities like account, contact, opportunity, activity, order, quote, service request, things like that. And you should know how to find the table if you have to find. Okay, you know how to find it. Go to the username and type it. You might get it. If you don't get it, just try some little bit innovation.
Username?
Here, you put the username, right? Okay.
Username will just keep running. Opportunity
whatever, yeah. Then whatever name you know of that thing, just try it. You might get the table name right there. Okay. So there are more scientific ways of looking at it also, but we will not get into that by mapping the business component and everything. But we will not get into that. Okay. The other way is like if you know the business component, you can come to this. You highlight the business component, and you come here. You will see the table which it is mapped to. Okay. So this is this is a scientific way. But where will you get the business component name from? Just to let you know, in SQL 6 in about view, you can get the business component name, right? In SQL 7 also. Remember in about view, you can see the business component of applet name 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. You can see the business component. From there you see the business component, come to business component, make a query. Then you come here, scroll down in the properties window, and you can see. You can also scroll down, like scroll right like this, and you can see the name of the table here. It's hard to locate. That is the reason people use that properties window. Yeah, this is the number. Okay. So this is the scientific way to find the table name. Okay. To find the intersection table is quite a skill. You should know the name of these major tables by heart. Not all the 2,000 tables are there in SQL. You don't need to know everything, but you need to know the name of the main tables by heart and their intersection tables if they are. And you should have some basic this thing. Important thing, one more important. So this thing is over. One more important thing that comes to my mind is very important thing is every SQL table has some system columns created by conflict ID, last updated by modification num. These are all system columns and they are in each and every table, and user and developer cannot override them usually. Okay, user can definitely not, developer probably can. There is a way, but they do it also sometimes, but that's not recommended. Basically these are system columns and they are used for as self-explanatory purpose. Person who created this record, his name will go here. Sorry, the date he created, his name will go here. The date will go here. The date of updates, last update will go here. The person who last updated this record will go here. Modification num and conflict ID are used for some very specific development work. You should not really worry about it, but these are system things. Other very important column is row ID. This is the very important column. It is present in each and every table, and it is the primary key of Siebel. Siebel's each and every table. Okay?
ये प्राइमरी की तरफ साइन भी होगा कोई
There is no sign. We all know row ID is always a primary key, and that is the only primary key. Siebel for every table. Okay? Do you know what is a user key? What is the concept of a user key?
फॉर्म की पे इधर तो मैंने पढ़ा है
Foreign key, I'll tell you primary key again. But you know what is the concept of user key?
मैं फिर इंशाल्लाह